So in today's video we are going to be having a go at the butterfly effect in a coaster. Let's go! We are back! Now some of you will probably remember around about a year ago I tried the butterfly effect on a small scale. Now we're going to try it on a bigger scale this time. I've got this mould, or these moulds from Amazon. I don't like the way that it's telling me that I have to keep them where they are, so I'm going to just carefully cut and separate these apart so I can move them around wherever I want them to be. So for this one we are going to be using the collab resin. I haven't decided on the actual colours yet, but I think I'm going to go with try a black with a sapphire blue in one and then just play around in the rest. We've got the base. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the base yet if I use it. Right, let's get mixing. Okay, my resin is mixed. I'm just going to add a few drops of the Marabou rainbow alcohol ink to the resin. Now this is exactly the same as the bloom technique. We want to let this resin sit for about 15 minutes. It will depend on where you are and the temperature of your workspace, but I aim to get my resin to about 28-29 degrees Celsius. You can see lots of bubbles, but most of those will rise. We will be back shortly. Okay, so my resin is now at 27 degrees, just over 27 degrees Celsius. We're going to start mixing up our black. And you can see that my butterflies are now free. So I'm just going to pour some of that warmed resin just into this separate mixing cup. And I am going to use a piping bag for this, just to make it a bit easier. And to that I'm just going to add a couple of drops of black colour dye. This is from the pigment dye set from Let's Resin. And to that I'm also going to add a dash of black mica powder just to give it a bit of a shimmer, not too much. And then just thoroughly mix that in, ready for the piping bag. So there we have it. There is a bit too much in there, but I can always pour that into another mould just to save wasting the resin. Now for the colours, I've just picked out a purple, a sapphire blue, a magenta and a midnight blue. I might add two colours to one and just see what we get. So we're just going to start by pouring our resin into our mould. So this has probably gained another 1 degree Celsius since mixing up my black. You can already see that sparkle from the Marabou. Now I'm not really, how do I say it? I know what I want to say. I'm not really going to bother with the body in the middle at the moment. I just want to get the wings right. But I could go in with a second layer. I have had an idea that I might try. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to fill these right up just in case I do go in with that second layer. As always, massive shout out to my channel members and anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. I don't know what to do with the base. I'm going to fill it up, even if we keep it clear. And let's just let that spread out. Okay, so now for our alcohol inks. I'm just hoping that I don't want to go too much with the black, because I really don't know with these moulds how much they're going to pull. But I just want to cover the surface with the sapphire blue on this one, because this could really pull in or it may not. It really does depend. I am going to cover the whole surface with the sapphire blue. So with the next one we'll go with a purple. So my idea is, once this layer is cured, I can do some detail work with some UV mixed with black mica powder. If I decide to do it, I might do it on a different video. We'll see how it goes. So for this one, we go with a magenta, and that has just sprayed into the base mold. So I'm going to have to add some colour to that base mould now. I have no choice. And I think, let's go with the midnight blue down the bottom. And then maybe a sapphire blue at the top. Something a bit different. So, like I said, I really don't know what we're going to do with this base. We could just add some colour. Some of the sapphire blue. Some of the purple. And then we want some of the midnight blue in there somewhere. We can always just swirl these. Can always swirl them shortly. So we can already see some pulling. So I'm going to get my bag snipped now, ready to go. Just move my inks out of the way. So I think I'm going to start with a small snip to begin with, and then maybe increase the size as we go, just to see what it does. So I didn't want the black too powerful, too strong, enough to be able to see it. But we can always do that detail work once this layer has cured. Now the way I did this before, as mentioned, this is very similar to the bloom, the way that the resin will pull inwards. But the way I did the wings before was like this. So I kept them separate. That black's really not strong. And then I did a separate circle down here. Could have done with a bit more black in this, I think. But you never know, it might be okay. So we'll just keep that as it is. It's really going to be difficult to see the black with this purple though. But it is a learning curve. It's all experiments. Just chase that around. And this is the side that is going to be the final piece. So there's no flipping involved for the demold to see what's underneath. We will have a look. But this is the way that we want it. I don't think I'm going to snip it any more than what I have, to be honest. I think that is enough. It's just visible, isn't it? Sorry if my focus is going. I should have locked it. Should know by now. Let's lock it. This one's gone a bit woo all over the place. I'm not going to add any more. Just go with what we've got. And hopefully it will work. I might have put a bit too much resin in that mold. It's just starting to dome at the edge. Right, let's give these 10-15 minutes and just see what happens. See, what I might do is just go around the outside of this base mold. That's what I was looking for, base mold. Just go around a couple of times. It should pull inwards, pretty similar to a bloom, but obviously it's not going to look like a flower. Right, let's give these 10 minutes and just see what happens. I might try and get some more black in there. I really am having to work quite fast now. So I've just transferred that back into my mixing pot and just added some more of the pigment and black mica, and we'll try again. Right, so hopefully if I just go around with a very thin, just to highlight that black a little bit more. I'll just show this one and then skip the others. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just chasing that outline. Just one thin layer of the black. And there we have it. Doesn't look like much at the moment. Hopefully that will blend in. I don't know whether to try and draw in some details now, but the trouble is, because it's shifting, it may not look that great. Let's just go, just wondering whether I keep going and then draw that black through the wings. So if I keep going with the black, just on this one, just as an experiment, just lay it in a bit more. So in that way we can use our dotting tool to bring that black in maybe. It's something to perfect. And then I think on this one I'm going to try and draw that body in now. It will probably move. Just follow that down to the tip. Right. I'm really tempted to do that on the others now. I just don't know what's going to happen. Daniel, turning it into a long video again. Just do these bottom two, okay? I think it's definitely looking better. I just don't want this one to overspill. And then we're going to add just a blob for the head. And then just draw down. Just like that. What do I do? Do I do the others? I think we're going to keep those two as they are. I'm going to have to do something with this purple one though, because it's just the purple's taken away the black. So I'm going to do that one off camera. I think that would do it. And I am just going to draw in that body on this one on its own. And keep the wings as they are. So there we have it. Time will tell as these drift inwards a bit more. The base, I'm just going to swirl that now, to be honest. As long as it's got some colour to it. Not really fussed what it looks like. I can see a big bubble under there. That will do. Right, I'll see you for the exciting part. See you soon. I almost forgot, I did say that I was going to try and draw in some details. I don't know whether it's going to work. I'll just drag that black through. Just try and get some details into the wings. I should have stayed away from that negative area and just pulled the black. Just give it a bit of definition. It's looking a lot better now, I must admit. Now I've done that. What do you think? I'll do the rest. If I do the rest, I'll do it off camera. Okay, we're all cured. A little bit bendy still, but they'll be fine. Let's start with the horrible, horrible stand. Really should have just kept this plain and simple. Again, it's quite bendy. You can see that sparkle. And we've got a little bit of muddying. But let's move on to what we're here for. So I had a bit of a panic. I moved my work onto my heat mat and it kind of started drifting over, so I had to kind of try and salvage it. But you can see those sparkles. Let's see what it looks like on the other side anyway. But it is meant to be this side up. Not much of a difference. Pretty identical, to be honest. I could do a colour background for these. I just think that body needs working on, but the wings, really nice detail. A few bubbles, but never mind. So it can be done on a bigger scale. I think, was it Cathy Lapierre done the larger butterfly? I'm not sure, I can't remember now. This one was the purple. Again, we'll take it out just to see. And as always, all the links, everything I use are in the description box below. Now this one really is dark. I wouldn't recommend doing a purple. So we've got that darker outline. Let's see what it's like on the flip side. It's a bit messy. But the wings, we've got wings, and this was the darker outline. You can see where it drifted. But it's a step in the right direction. Do they actually fit? Yes, they do. So don't go making these too thick, because you may have trouble getting them to fit into the base. And as always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and if you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. So this one, I had a bit of an accident. I dropped some tissue into the resin whilst I was cleaning my dotting tool, so I had to swirl. So it wasn't too long after drawing in the details, but I kind of went a bit wrong. I didn't follow the symmetry on one side, but you can see you can get some really good details. I did say about drawing in details after it's cured, so if you left the body out, what you could do is, in a needle tip bottle, use some black UV resin and just draw the body on and cure it as you're going. I might do that in a separate video, but there you go. Definitely helps with the background of the mould. So I think maybe a white background would work with these. But I'm really happy. Last one, we had a bit of muddying, but I'm not that worried. Let's see what it's like on the underside. Very messy. So definitely that way up, but I'm loving those colours and the wings. Really good detail. Yeah, right, okay. I will see you for the next one. I think the first one has to be my favourite though. I definitely prefer this one with the softer black. Let me know what one's yours. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.